ask you, Katie, actually your mums tonight, do you want to light the candles together? Yeah, that'd be lovely. Just checking, no one else has been asked about that. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom everyone at home. Shabbat Shalom to those here. We've got a lovely evening because our Kabbalat Torah Year 1 class are leading part of the service, and so we were just negotiating parts. But for all of you tuning in from home, Shabbat Shalom, grab your siddur. If you're having a glass of wine as you come into the service, feel free. And to all of those here in the sanctuary, lovely to see you. We begin, as we always do, by easing ourselves into Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem, which you can find on page 76. So we go straight into Shalom Aleichem before we light the candles, just allowing us to let go of the week that we've had. I'm keeping my coat on, even though the windows aren't open yet, but we probably do need to open the windows. Anna, would you mind opening a couple of windows, just so that we are compliant and careful, but leave behind anything that's been tough this week, enter into Shabbat with us. Just lovely to be with you tonight.
Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ba'wechem Shalom Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Perfect moment. Welcome, Natasha. This is Natasha Shabbat. So a beautiful Shabbat for us. So we're on page 75 as we light the candles. Those of you at home, this is your moment to grab your candles and get ready to usher in Shabbat. And those of us here, I am asking Katie and Nina and Danielle to light candles for us. Let's stand in the sanctuary if you're comfortable doing so, to be able to, they've all brought their children, Nina's brought two, and I've just seen messages that my microphone might not be strong enough for people at home to hear, but that sounds a bit better. So let's stand as we light the candles. I am aware of the maelstrom, the storm that surrounds us every day, every hour we listen to the news, every day we open our newspapers, and this truly offers an opportunity of an oasis away from daily life into something totally different.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu nohad b'nei shel Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. So let's sit down, and we are going to Yedid or Mayafe.
I can do both. Which one do you want to do first?
Yeah, let's have Maya Fair just to settle us. Maya Fair Hayom, which is not in your prayer book, but Maya Fair Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. How beautiful is this day? Shabbat Shalom.
Maya Fair Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Maya Fair Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Yedid Nefesh, page 78.
ידיד נפש ורחמן משוך עדך אל רצונך ירוץ עדך כמו על גל ישכח הרבה אל מוחדך כי ערב לו ידידך ממופת ובכל העם ידעי שלומך תאי ארץ מכבודך נגאלה ואני שמחה בך מחרוב כי במועד וכוננו כי מעולם
meditative way of welcoming Shabbat, let's move to page 82 for Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekabala. 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 Shemo v'zachor v'dibor echad b'shmi'anu elcham yuchad. Adonai echad u'shmo echad v'shem el tiferet v'letila. Lecha Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekabala. Lecha Dodi lekrat kala b'nei Shabbat lekabala. Hiturori ki va'orech uri shir na'yi kavod Adonai alayich nigla. Lecha
we move now to 92. Stay standing. We've welcomed each other. We've welcomed Shabbat. We, I hope, are about to welcome our Kabbalat Torah, who are going to lead the next part of the service with me. And we go right now into the Baruch Hu, our public call to prayer. We're on page 92.
Please be seated. From here, down to. We praise you, Eternal One, our God, Sovereign of the universe, whose word brings on the evening, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, whose understanding changes times and season, and whose will sets the stars in their courses in the sky. You make day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness away from light. You make day pass and bring on the night, and separate day from night. You rule the hosts of heaven. We praise you, O God, whose word makes evening full.
La
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kavod Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Le'olam Va'ed. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you shall be on your heart, and you shall teach them to all your children, and you shall talk of them when you're sitting in your house, when you're walking by the way, lying down and getting up, and you shall write them on the doors of your house and upon your gates, upon your gates. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Adonai Echad.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבביך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך ביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, ושתמתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone, Eternal One, are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You have freed us from oppressors and delivered us from tyrants. You led us out of Egypt, forever to serve you in freedom. When we witnessed your power, we praised your name and gave thanks. Willingly we accepted your rule. Then, full of joy, we sang together.
Say farewell.
And it has been said, the Eternal One has delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'el Yisrael.
Amen. And now we go to our evening prayer for Shalom Bayit, for safety, for freedom from distress and sickness and worry, which we know cannot be a sure thing, which is why we talk about it as a sukkah, impermanent hope of peace.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu LaShalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu LaChayim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu LaShalom V'hamidenu Malkeinu LaChayim.
Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol yoshvei tevel. So let's stand for the tefillah, the Amidah. I'm reminded when we have children in the building of this is meant to be the pared down version of worship, down from animals sacrificed 3 times a day in the temple, and here we offer our Shabbat prayer. But tonight it feels great to have part of the Kabbalat Torah class. So I'm going to ask Ellie to come and lead us. I think, Ellie, yours was the most recent bat mitzvah. Am I right in the class? No, Hannah after you. Hannah was October. Right. Hannah, September, October. So we are page 97 as Ellie leads us in Avot.
Mask off. Mask off.
Mask. I've become blind to masks. We'll all join in. Let's join in with Ellie.
Adonai Svatai Tivtach, Ufiagid Tehillah.
We're just going to pause and sing with Natasha and then come back.
Hanna na 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 Adonai. Hanna na 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 Svatai Tivtach. Hanna na 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 Ufiagid. Ufiagid Tehilatecha. Hanna na 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 Adonai. Hanna na 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 Svatai Tivtach. Hanna na 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 Ufiagid. Ufiagid Tehilatecha. Hanna na 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 Adonai. Hanna na 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 Svatai Tivtach. Hanna na 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 Ufiagid. Ufiagid Tehilatecha.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei Avoteinu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibur v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, v'Koneh HaKol, v'Socher Chasdei Avot v'Imaot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו ואהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים, אתה רב להושיע. משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריח השמש ומוריד הטל. ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים.
Beautiful. Lucy, Dusha of the evening.
You are holy, awesome is your name, we have no God but you. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Let's sit down as we mark Shabbat, all of us together. For me, a red letter Shabbat, watching these young people lead us in prayer. Let's sit down as we go straight to Vashamru.
Vashamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ladoratam barit olam. B'nei uvein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam. Vashamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ladoratam barit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aretz. Vashamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ladoratam barit olam. U'b'yom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash, Shabbat vayinafash. Vashamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ladoratam barit olam.
Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha-Shabbat. Retzeh Adonai Eloheinu, be'amcha Yisrael, utefilatam be'ahava tekabel, utehi leratzon tamid, avodat Yisrael amecha. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levadecha be'yira na'avod.
Modim anachnu la she'ata hu Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu le'olam va'ed. Sur chayenu magen yishenu ata hu ledovado. Nodeh lecha u'nesapeh tehilatecha al chayenu hamesurim be'edecha ve'al nishmotenu ha'pekudot la ve'al nisecha shebachol yom imanu ve'al nifleotecha v'tovotecha שבכל עת ערב בבוקר ובצהריים. ברוך אתה אדוני, הטוב שמך ולך נאה להודות.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasiyim le'olam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael amcha tasiyim le'olam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu
I'm going to swap places with you for a moment, Jonah, before you invite everyone into a moment of silent prayer. And I wanted to give us something to reflect upon. And really for me, it was knowing that these young people would be here on our Bima this evening ahead of Tu B'Shvat, the New Year for Trees, that we'll be celebrating. Actually, the children will be celebrating tomorrow. We have our Seder on Wednesday evening. And then we have been invited to walk with arborist Dan Rosenberg in Kenwood to be able to learn about the trees there. So we are really marking the New Year for Trees. But trees are written about as individuals, as families, as generations of seeds and roots. And I wanted to share just, for me, thinking about the power of trees, but also thinking about our young people standing here, some of whom arrived at the synagogue as mere tiny seeds, some as seedlings and smaller trees, and here they are, post B'nai Mitzvah, reading and leading us. But I want to share the words of Hermann Hesse. You know, I love to find things that offer some thoughts for us and reflection. And Hermann Hesse, and I just thought this would be good as we go into our silent prayer and reflection this evening. For me, he wrote, trees have always been the most penetrating preachers. I revere them whether they live in tribes and families, in forests and groves, and even more I revere them when they stand alone. They are like lonely persons, not like hermits who've stolen away out of some weakness, but like great solitary men like Beethoven and Nietzsche. It was Hesse writing. In their highest boughs the world rustles, their roots rest in infinity, and they don't lose themselves. They struggle with all the force of their lives for one thing only, to fulfill themselves. Nothing is holier, nothing is more exemplary than a beautiful, strong tree. And then Hesse adds, when we are stricken and cannot bear our lives any longer, then a tree has something to say to us. Be still, look at me, life is not easy, life is not difficult. Those are childish thoughts. Home is neither here nor there. Home is within you, or home can be nowhere at all. But when we are stricken, we look at trees.
Please take a moment for silent prayer.
Oh, say shalom, shalom, b'mromav. Oh, yeah, say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael, ba'imru amen. Oh, yeah, say shalom aleinu. Ve'al kol Yisrael, amen. say Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen.
Thank you, Natasha. And thank you to all of you. I feel like I need to stop with my sapling metaphors and analogies. But thank you so much for coming, sharing in the service, being so spontaneous and ready to do it so freshly once you realise you were able to join us. So Shabbat Shalom, and you are welcome to go down and sit together now. I'm going to ask us now to stand for Aleinu, but as we do so, let's have a refrain of Ma Yafeh Hayom, just as we move to Aleinu on page 520.
Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Aleinu on page 520.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'tein gedula liyotzeh bereshit, asher samhalchenu l'yached et shemo, v'gor aleinu l'yamlech malchuto, va'anachnu korim, umishtachavim umodim, Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Shahu notei shamayim v'yosed haaretz, u'moshev yukaro b'shamayim mima'al, u'shchinatu zo b'gov maromim. Hu Eloheinu Einod, Emet Malkeinu Efes Ulato, Kakatuv B'Torato, V'yadata hayom B'hashevota Elevavecha, Ki Adonai Hua Elohim, B'shamayim mima'al, V'al haaretz mitachat einod.
Let's read together page 521. Trusting in you, eternal God, we hope soon to behold the glory of your might, when false gods will vanish from our hearts and idolatry cease forever. Help us to perfect the world by bringing it under your unchallenged rule, when all will invoke your name, relinquish evil, and turn to you alone. May all who dwell on earth come to know that to you every knee must bend and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you let them humble themselves, and to your glorious name let them give honor. Let all submit to your sovereign rule. May that time come soon and last forever, for ultimate sovereignty is yours, and to all eternity you will reign in glory. As it is written, the Eternal One shall reign forever. V'ne'emar v'haya Adonai lamelech ha'kol ha'aretz. Bayom hahu, yeh Adonai echad. Ushamo echad.
go to Kaddish, just a thought about tomorrow's parasha, where we read the Song of the Sea, the ultimate prayer offered by Moses and then Miriam. And in it is one line, and this is the one time of year that I love to chant this prayer. And there's this one line, Oziva Zimratya Vayihili Lishua. The Lord is my strength and song, and the Eternal One, the Lord shall be my salvation. Oziva Zimratya Vayihili Lishua. And that sense of what we rely on, of what gives us comfort, of what gives us strength and nourishment. And I shared this week the words by Rabbi Amy Alberg, the first conservative woman rabbi to be ordained. And she wrote a great deal about prayer, and I feel her words are so pertinent for us tonight as we offer our final prayer of the Kaddish. So Amy Alberg wrote, prayer may work when the thing that we've asked of God indeed comes to be. That's one way we pray. Prayer may also work by significantly connecting us with the Jewish community, with our tradition. It can also work by quieting or centering the self. It can work by having momentarily transporting us to a place of beauty or transcendence. It can work by helping us focus on the blessings in our lives. Or it can work by invoking a greater sense of God's presence and giving us strength to face the trials in our life. Oziva Zimratya Vayihili Lishua. The Lord is my strength and my song, and is my salvation. So we turn now to Kaddish and think particularly of those who are marking and remembering a yahrzeit at this time. We think in our congregation this week particularly of Joshua Michaels Webb, brother, and J. Chester Webb, father of Sarah Rosen Webb, of Nathan Furman, grandfather of Beverly Kafka, great-grandfather of Natasha Kafka, of Sam Lake, grandfather of Richard Green, of Anna Biggins, mother of Martin Biggins, of Nicola Todd, sister of Michelle Golding, Svi Rosenwasser, father of Ofra Rosenwasser, and beloved member of this synagogue and bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah teacher for many years, and Alejandrina Kiros Araniba, mother-in-law of Dalma Loevi Araniba. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for a blessing, and may those who recall and remember their loved ones be comforted in their loss, as we say the words with them. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yamar divrah hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, b'agalav izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah m'vorach le'olam omer maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, Yitada, Vitale, Vitalal, Shemei Kudusha, Brichu, Leila, Mikol, Berchata, V'shirata, Tushbachata, V'nechemata, Da Amiram, V'yalma, V'imru, Amen. Yehei Shlama, Rabba, Mishamaya, V'hayim Aleinu, V'yakol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom, Aleinu V'yakol Yisrael, V'al kol b'nei Adam, v'imru. Amen. Sit down, and as our final piece, offer a blessing to each other, to ourselves, to our children, if we have children, with us in the sanctuary at this, the priestly blessing. You can find it on page 563. If your children happen to be sitting here, by all means look at them as we sing it.
Yasimcha Elohim ka'Ephraim v'chi V'yarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. V'ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Yisar Adonai panav elecha. V'yasem lecha shalom. V'yarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Yisar Adonai panav elecha. V'yasem lecha shalom. V'yasem lecha shalom.
Let's stand for Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'yahava v'ratzon hilanu, zikron l'masei bereshit, ki hu yom tehillah l'mikraye kodesh, zeh letziat Mitzrayim, ki banu ba'atam, v'yotanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha, b'yahava u'ratzon hinhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh haShabbat. Amen. And together for Hamotzi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.